Fall Guys will die again, and here's why. But before we get into that, we need to go through why it came back. The first reason is that they were bought by Epic Games, which allowed them to open up the game to a wider audience, letting all new people play. Since they made the game free, they rewarded people who already owned the game by giving them exclusive cosmetics and the Season 1 Pass Royale for free, the equivalent to a Battle Pass. This encourages OG players to return to the game, giving their account a feeling of value. One of the drawbacks though is that, like other Epic Games systems, you have to pay for cosmetics, unlike before where you could earn the currency through winning games. People are even going to the point of saying Fall Guys is becoming unfair for players who don't want to pay for the game, making videos saying unluckiest Pass Royale players, showing them pulling off insane stunts. Now obviously this should be taken with a grain of salt as it is a joke, but some people are already taking this seriously, saying things like, Lamau, is Fall Guys becoming pay to win? Some may see this as a negative, as cosmetics are now harder to obtain. However, it depends on your opinion, whether you care or not. Comment what you think down below. The second reason is that even when the game was dead, they kept adding new seasons and cosmetics all the way to Season 6. This meant when Epic re-released the game, they compiled all of the courses into one big season, giving players 67 rounds of content. This makes the game fresh to both new and returning players to keep people playing for longer. They also made all of the previously free skins locked behind a paywall with showbucks, which in Epic Games fashion is a paid currency of the game. I'm sure you don't need an introduction to what this is. This on its own makes OG players' lockers worth tens if not hundreds of dollars, which is pretty awesome for me since I've been casually collecting them for over years. But I can see the frustration with new players, seeing as kudos to free currency can only buy mediocre accessories which don't even compare to the cosmetics you used to be able to buy with kudos. This could on its own be a culprit to the death of the game. The third reason is the addition of the team and custom game modes. You could always play with your friends, but instead of competing against them, now you could team up with them and get through the rounds together by scoring a certain amount of points. This makes final rounds so much more interesting, being able to do team v team finals. This also eliminates the problem of being bored spectating your friends since you died on the first round. On top of all of this, the introduction to custom games increased the interaction rate between streamers and their viewers. Not only streamers and their viewers though, Ludwig has already hosted a $30,000 competition on Fall Guys for other streamers to compete in. The only possible drawback to custom games is that it could increase the skill gap of the game like Fortnite with creative mode. However, they've proactively countered this problem by making it so you need 10 people to start a custom game. With all of these reasons for the game staying where it is, you would think that the question of it dying is just obviously that it won't, right? With everybody playing it and making videos about it again, how could it possibly die? The most obvious evidence towards this though is that it's already happened once, being the most popular game for a month before it flat out died. Although the game has changed massively from then, it really just depends on the environment around the game, seeing as Fall Guys' death could be blamed on games like Among Us. The second way the game is predicted to die is due to the fact that they cannot add as much content into Season 2 of the game, seeing as they've compiled all of the year's work into one season. If they did attempt this though, it would theoretically take 2 more years to release a new season with the same amount of content, but who knows, maybe they started it prior to the reset. But at that point I'll share my own opinion. It's definitely not as popular as it was at its previous peak, seeing as most creators now are barely scraping over 500k views, compared to the millions of views it used to rake in. However, I do think it could coexist with other games, rather than obliterating them before being able to sustain its own community. I believe Fall Guys will exist just as a fallback game to occasionally hop on with the boys, and just have a bit of fun once in a while. Take a break from all these sweaty games. And if that doesn't happen, we'll always have a younger audience for the game, seeing as they don't need to play free alternatives anymore. But I guess with a game that had a second chance at life, anything besides death is an improvement.